In this video, we will discuss the importance of Aegon's Targaryen Homelander moment for the Targaryen family and why it's so important. Additionally, we will explore what this revelation implies for the future of the Targaryen house and how his mother, Alicent, manipulates him towards Rhaenyra. Stay tuned. First up, Prince Aegon Targaryen. Prince Aegon was still a young child, just a toddler. Because of a significant time leap of 10 years, we are now witnessing teenage Aegon in all of his vile, depraved, adolescent glory. And with Aegon's pretentious and vicious attitude comes the thing missing from the House of the Dragons, a complete detestable figure. This is comparable to the character of Prince/King Joffrey from the HBO series Game of Thrones, who is emotionally hollow and a self-absorbed narcissist. At the very least, Aegon is being presented in this manner. Aegon, much like King Joffrey when he was a teenager, has a vast and vital future ahead of him and is fully integrated into the fight involving the Dance of the Dragons, but for the time being, he is filling that all-important place of guy we want to see get smacked over and over again. Now, for Aegon, the pale who was promised. In a family drama, there are times when you need a truly awful character to vent your rage and frustration upon. Someone who can always be counted on to behave most unfavorably. Aegon has not yet committed any actions beyond redemption, at least not up to this point. In the original Game of Thrones series, Joffrey was an infamous villain. Almost immediately after that, he lied, which led to the death of Arya's pal and Sansa's dire wolf. After some time had passed, it became clear that he derived pleasure, likely of a nature, from witnessing or inflicting others' physical suffering, the worst of which was slowly killing Roz with crossbow bolts. Aegon hasn't even made it to that point yet. Right now, in the middle of the first season, he's an absolute pain, but it hasn't progressed any further. He cruelly made fun of his younger brother Aemond, played by Leo Ashton. He fought dirty during a sparring session with Rhaenyra's oldest, Jacaerys Velaryon, played by Leo Hart, and he pulled a Homelander over the people of King's Landing, which is possibly the action that reveals the most about his fundamental personality. When we say Homelander, we mean Aegon. Aegon was standing on his ledge, completely naked and with the entire world looking on while he pleasured himself. If someone is despicable to his cousin and his sibling, then it stands to reason that they would also hold every commoner in such great contempt. Meanwhile, Alicent was aware of Aegon's nastiness and nonchalant attitude. Sadly, Queen Alicent is the only one who can be strict and authoritative with Prince Aegon, even though she knows of Aegon's nastiness. In this respect, Aegon is similar to Joffrey, if you give it some thought, Homelander, in that their mother is the only person who can draw the reins concerning either of them. Their biological fathers take the form of a king, thus their mother is the only person who truly understands what it is like to be a family member. Even their respective mothers have been forced to become politically astute and pragmatic in all aspects of life to make it through. King Viserys, who is now even closer to death than before, recognizes Aegon's inner villainy. King Viserys' attempt to speak with Alicent about it don't go very far because Viserys is so near to passing away. The queen has grown accustomed to caring for everything independently. At the same time, Viserys spends most of his time attempting to bring the various factions of Rhaenyra and Alicent together for the benefit of the family. A last-ditch attempt at appeasement notwithstanding its futility. So, did Aegon turn out to be a devilish dirtbag because he knows he'll be king someday and therefore doesn't have to care about repercussions of any kind? Or did he turn out to be this way because he thinks he's not in line for the throne, as the succession for now still goes to Rhaenyra and then Jacaerys? Alicent is all about her side and her kids. Thus, it's certain that he's been reared knowing this, so perhaps his awful aloofness derives from festering apathy and a general disinterest in his family's politics. Furthermore, Alicent starts to manipulate Aegon and informs him of the threat Rhaenyra poses if she ascends the throne. In a strange turn of events, she plays the same part in her son's life as her father, Otto Hightower, Rhys Ifans, did in hers when she was growing up. It is clear in this scene that she starts manipulating Aegon for her purposes, and that fact becomes apparent here. In response to Aegon's casual comment regarding Rhaenyra's imminent accession to the throne, Alicent informs her son of the possibility that his sister may take steps to eliminate any opposition once she has taken the throne to her claim to be the heir apparent. Because of this, both his life and the life of his brother Aemon are in jeopardy. However, before he can even finish his sentence, Alicent goes from 0 to 100, reminding him in decibels that only dogs can hear, that he is the one who needs to step up to the challenge. He poses a danger to Rhaenyra's claim to the throne just by being and breathing, as the saying goes. It is almost as if she is Otto Mark II second, as she had just given the identical warning to her kid that Otto gave to her when she was younger. In the past, Otto made an effort to frighten Alicent into taking action by making her aware of the potential dangers that could befall her children if Rhaenyra selected the path to the less peaceful kingdom. Finally, Alicent hell-bent on getting in Rhaenyra's way. But now, Alicent isn't only acting out of concern for her kids' lives, at least she has other motives for wanting to obstruct Rhaenyra, not just that one. If her children had been the priority, she would have agreed to Rhaenyra's offer to marry her son off to Alicent's daughter to end any domestic disputes by a small amount of incest. Instead, she seized the chance to humiliate Rhaenyra in front of the court by calling attention to her milk-leaking breasts. The fact that Alicent, like the majority of people, is almost certain that Rhaenyra's children are not her husband Laenor's children, but instead are the products of more immorality, this time from a relationship with Harwin Strong, causes her old wound to refuse to heal and tear open wider and wider, Ryan Core. In this exchange with Aegon, we see Alicent try to bridge the gap between him and his sister to solve an issue that doesn't exist. Aegon doesn't want the throne, so he doesn't threaten Rhaenyra. It is unquestionably fundamentally about power and the incapacity of two ex-friends to put their hurt behind them and work out their differences. Alicent's actions show that she is motivated by more than just concern for her children. She is hellbent on getting in Rhaenyra's way, and she will do whatever it takes to humiliate her. This is a clear sign that the relationship between these two women is beyond repair. Next, in other news. Firstly, why Aegon the Conqueror could marry two people. Aegon the Conqueror had two wives in George R.R. Martin's novels, although Rhaenyra Targaryen only has one. Aegon I ruled with two wives before Viserys I. Aegon I married Visenya to ensure his succession. He married Rhaenys for love. Rhaenyra can't have two spouses in House of the Dragons. Rhaenyra marries Sir Laenor Velaryon for political reasons in Season 1, Episode 5, despite loving Daemon Targaryen. Before Laenor dies, Rhaenyra can marry Daemon. Rhaenyra, Laenor, and Daemon fabricate Laenor's death so the Targaryens can marry in House of the Dragon Season 1, Episode 7. Rhaenyra can't have several wives for several reasons. Before becoming king, Aegon married both ladies. When Aegon ascended the throne, the High Septon could not challenge him. Rhaenyra must marry two men while in power and in the public eye. High Septon can disallow the marriage. In House of the Dragon, males and women have different regulations. Rhaenyra's claim to be the Iron Throne sparked controversy because she's a woman. Rhaenyra may not be able to marry twice because of societal constraints. And lastly, Jon Snow isn't the only major Targaryen without silver hair. Although in House of the Dragon, Jacaerys, Lucerys, and Joffrey do not bear the Targaryen name, they all have the same amount of Targaryen blood as Jon Snow, and none of them have silver hair. Similarly, because her mother was a Baratheon, Rhaenys Targaryen, the princess of the House of the Dragon, was said to have black hair in George R.R. Martin's Fire and Blood book. Even the mother of Daemon and Viserys, Alyssa Targaryen, was rumored to have dirty blonde hair free of silver. Many Targaryen impersonators throughout history have black hair, including Aegor Rivers, the son of Aegon IV Targaryen. The black hair that Baelor Breakspear received from his Dornish mother was also expressed by his son Valar Targaryen. Closer to the historical period depicted in Game of Thrones, Rhaenys, the daughter of Rhaegar and Elia Martell, had dark hair. In contrast, Maester Aemon Targaryen's brother Daeron had sandy brown hair. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please click the like button and subscribe to our channel so that you may see more videos just like this one. Also, let us know what you think by leaving a comment below and not forgetting to do so. It's always great to have feedback from you.